Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm actually going to be talking to you guys about Heist, what we know so far and what we don't know so far. I'm going to be talking about all the information that we've either gotten from code or from very reputable sources, and then I'm going to talk about some things that we're not so sure of and things that are still in the dark and unknown. So again, if you do like this video or find the information helpful, please feel free to drop a like on the video, guys. I would really appreciate it, and also be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With that out of the way, let's get started. So keep in mind before I start this that none of this information is really confirmed. There's only a few elements that we can kind of speculate as confirmations of whether or not they're going to be in the game, but the rest is just really speculation based off of code, and again, based off of reputable leaks from modders in our community. And then we're going to talk about stuff that we really haven't seen before, and then again, are really truly, if you can see my air quotes, unknowns here. So again, let's get the video started. It should be a good one. Leave your comments in the comment section down below on what you think is real, what you think is fake, and what you think would work best for Heists when they are finally released. So again, with that out of the way, let's get started. So the first bit of information we got was actually found in some code maybe about a month ago, and it has to do with payouts in the game. And we actually got a few items right here. I'll include an image on the screen right now. There's a few lines that have to do with earnings, and there's a maximum total cash takeout for Heist, and that is $1.5 million, and then there's a minimum total cash take of $100,000, and that is a crazy percentage. If you were to make $1.5 million for a heist, whether or not you're splitting that with a few other people or not, which we'll talk a little bit about later, is still a crazy number, because there were earlier leaks that only suggested, you know, $80,000, but $1.5 million for a heist would be crazy, and I really like that idea. So above that are two lines for your earnings for the first time you play a heist and for the time you replay a heist. Now there's a little bit of code that has 1F, which I would believe that is the full amount for playing it the first time, the $1.5 million. And then there's the 0.3F, which I'm assuming would be 0.3 the amount of $1.5 million. So I'm not sure if that's going to be $500,000 or $1 million that you're going to be taking home. So either way, you're going to be making less money, similar to how missions are in Grand Theft Auto Online right now, than when you do it the second time as compared to the first time. So the first time you do a heist and let's say you get $1.5 million, don't be disappointed when you only get, let's say, $500,000 or $1 million the next time, because it just simply, you're not going to get that much just because you're replaying it. So the next bit of information we get is the gold, silver, and bronze RP medal multiplier. And I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm guessing it's going to be very similar to the story mode. For those of you who don't know story mode, there are different ways and different, you know, things you can get for completing a single player mission. You can either get a bronze finish, a silver finish, or a gold finish. Gold finish is completing all the checkpoints, like, you know, driving the car to the depot in under a minute, or shooting the guy in the head as compared to the foot. Stuff like that. Little checkpoints that allow you to complete the mission, and it looks like if you get gold, you would get 1.2 times your final RP, silver, which would be 1.1 times your final RP, and bronze, which would be 1.05 times your final RP. And depending on how much RP you get, let's say 10,000, 20,000, that can actually be quite a bit, 2,000, 4,000 RP extra that you can get just for doing the little extra step to make sure you're doing your heist very properly. And finally, the last bit of line that a lot of people might overmiss from this photo right here is the expenses cost percentage. So it looks like heists aren't going to be, you know, letting you off scotch-free if you fail. Who knows how the setup of heists are going to work? Again, that's all speculation. But essentially, there could be an expense for failing a heist, meaning if you don't do it well, you're not just like, oh well, let me do this again. It looks like it's like if you don't do it well, you could lose maybe $10,000 or even $20,000, a little chunk of your money to say, hey, we take these heists very seriously and we want you to do them very well in hopes that you earn lots of money. But if you don't do it well, there are going to be some monetary repercussions. So some more things that we've probably been aware of for a little bit, and again, this is based on leaked code and of course stuff that Rockstar's actually told us. And one of the things that's going to require a heist board. So essentially, if you have an apartment, you're good to go in this department. It looks like it's going to be very similar to the campaign where you plan out your members and the way you're going to do it, aka the smart way or the dumb way. Essentially, you're going to need a heist board. So if you have an apartment with a heist planning room, you're going to be good to go. Also, we got that leak about the printer. I know it's a really weird one about about maybe 3 or 4 months ago, where essentially you would have to print your heist plans and whatnot. It seemed like an animation for printing out what you were going to do for heist, and if you go into your heist room, there's a printer in every room, so it looks like that's going to be utilized. And finally, it looks as if you're not going to be able to do this solo. It looks like it's going to require either a crew or other members of your friends list to do this, so you can't just go into their lone wolf and try to do a heist solo. It looks like there's going to be multiple jobs, again, like the parachutist, the driver, the hacker, stuff like that. We've got about 6 roles for a heist, the leader, etc. You guys have just recently watched the video that I did on that. And essentially, you can't do this solo. It's going to require other roles that your friends or either crew members are going to have to occupy. All right, so let's move on to the unknown, some of the things we don't know, and one of these are the locations. Now, the only one that we've really gotten a confirmation of is the one from the original Rockstar-sponsored GTA Online trailer, which essentially shows a group of 4 people going into the ornate bank, the one located in Northeast Vinewood. That's essentially the only confirmed location we have for heist. There's been speculations about the one in Palito Bay, the FIB building, the IAA building, etc. There's been lots of speculation, but no real confirmation on where we could be getting, a heist, because most of these locations have locked interiors other than the ornate bank. Another thing we don't really know is the amount of players. Is it going to be 16? Is it going to be 32 on Next Generation? Is it going to be capped at 4 or 8? We don't really know. There's a wide spectrum of how many players you're going to be able to use. And we also don't know the replayability. Is there going to be a cooldown time, very similarly to selling cars in the Los Santos custom shop? For those of you who have probably never sold a car in the LSC, it takes about 48 minutes or 1 day in GTA Online to elapse before you can just sell another car. That prevents, aka money glitches, from going on. But essentially, we all know how that works. People can get around them, and the money glitch prevention isn't so great when dealing with that. And finally, last but not least, the biggest question of them all is the release date. When are heists going to be coming out? My prediction is they're going to launch with the next generation console and PC. I essentially think that Rockstar is planning to utilize heists and to maximize them for the next generation of consoles, being the Xbox One and the PS4, and also for the PC as well. And they will be dumbed down to a lesser extent for the Xbox 360 and the PS3. So that is the big question, when they're coming out. I think they're coming out with next generation, whenever that is, whether it's in September, October, or whatever. I think it's going to be coming out then. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comment section down below. Be sure to leave your opinions there. Be sure to leave a like if you did enjoy, and also be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With that out of the way, like I said, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.